Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for passing by. So today's story is entitled Dreams Cut Too Short. So here it goes. Aunt Lori, something smells good. What is it? Kelvin yawned, approaching the kitchen with two spades by his side. He had just finished weeding in the small flower garden, which had just turned into a vegetable garden. Something special for your birthday news that you brought yesterday. Lori replied with a great smile and then continued. Your mom would have been proud of you. Kelvin staked the garden tools behind the kitchen door and then went to wash his hands in the steel kitchen sink which his mom left before she passed away. Oh, but Aunt Lori, you didn't have to. Being admitted to Harvard University does not mean that we should finish up our savings account and leave you guys bankrupt. He tried to argue whilst drying his hands using a cloth that was left on the counter. Kelvin, it is not always that someone from this community gets to go to the college. Your older brother Raphael did not make it to college. Your mother did not make it to college, and I as well could not even graduate in high school. Now tell me, is it not allowed that I celebrate that you did not turn out into your brother who smuggled drugs? God knows where he is now. Her face was suddenly pale, and she started gasping for air. In just a few seconds, her eyes were swimming in tears. She slowly rose to her feet, but her knees would not let her. So she dropped back onto the plastic chair she had put next to the wood stove. Kelvin felt bad for what he had just said. Even though he did not mean it that way, he still knew that he had hurt Aunt Lori's feelings, and therefore opted not to argue anymore, but to comfort her. Well, in that case, let me help you get this cooking done. He gave his aunt a big pat on the back before giving her a big back hug. She wiped her tears away and forced a big smile, which revealed her crow feet even more now. She had looked after Kelvin ever since his first year in high school, watched him fall into first relationship, got crushed and stuck to books again, watched him get through his teenagehood, and held his hand accompanying him to his prom night, and as well as gave him hugs the day he graduated. The memories of Kelvin holding his high school graduate certificate played on her mind again and again. She felt proud of herself. She felt like she had done a great job, even though she could not pass high school, but now she felt so positive that it had all been paid by the works of Kelvin, who had given an excellent performance, topping the whole regional final exams. Speak of the devil. Kelvin glanced onto his phone and then back to his aunt, whose face was now pale. What is it, Kelvin? She asked. It's Raphael. He's calling. Aunt, why is Raphael calling? He demanded for answers to his endless ringing phone. Raphael had never dared to call Kelvin. Ever since he had left the house, when he wanted to come over, he used to call his Aunt Lori. Sometimes he called just to yell at his aunt for coming over to stay in the house, which he always believed was his, not Kelvin, not for Lori. I do not know. Why don't you pick up the phone and hear him out? Fine. But this is just a waste of time. Raphael has nothing good to say. I'm just wondering what he has to complain about today. Raphael, what do you want? Kelvin attacked him without even saying his greetings on the phone. Relax, bro. I just heard that you got lucky and you were admitted to Harvard. Good job, little man. Tell you what, why don't we meet up tonight and I'll give you a little token of appreciation for the hard work that you have put in. For a moment, there was complete silence in the house. What is it, Kelvin? What is Raphael saying? Kelvin was quiet now. He seemed to be lost in his thoughts. He just could not believe it. He formulated a lot of answers on his head, trying to figure out whether he should refuse seeing his brother or not. Kelvin? Laurie shook him by his shoulders. Huh, Aunt? What is it? I asked you what Raphael said, and why are you not replying to him? Because clearly the phone shows that you have not hung up yet, and neither did he. So what is it? What is wrong? You know, I can tell him to back off and run back to where he has been hiding if he continues to bother you with whatever he's saying. Oh no, it's okay, Aunt. He's just saying that he wants to congratulate me for my achievements. Oh, okay. Talk to him then. Laurie walked out of the kitchen in an attempt to give him a little bit of space while he was on his phone. No, I cannot come through tonight. I do not like leaving the house at night, and not certainly to be around you and the people you deal with on a daily basis. Chill out, bro. What is up with you? Okay, in that case, I will meet you in 2 hours. I will try not to spend much time around you since you seem to have issues with being around me. I'll just give you the cake and let you celebrate on your own, maybe with your beloved Laurie, who seems not to have taken not just the house only, but my baby bro as well. Raphael, that is what I do not want. I do not want you to keep on blaming Aunt Laurie for something which is not true. And it is not okay. I will come by in 2 hours, and please, this time around, meet me around Connell's Pizza Hut. No hidden places. He hung up and then went to cut the carrots as he had promised his aunt that he was going to help with the cooking. Ouch! Laurie heard him exclaim inside the kitchen, and she rushed to check him out. Kelvin, what is wrong? She came running into the kitchen, faster for a woman her age. She saw blood trickling from his thumb and rushed for the bandage in the sitting room and came to cover his wound. Take it slow, young man. Is that now you want to chop your fingers because of your little argument with Raphael? Sorry, Aunt. I guess I was just not paying much attention to what I was doing. Anyways, I'm going to meet Raphael in just 2 hours from now at Connell's. There is a gift he has for me. Thought I should hear him out before I go for my medical checkup on Friday. It is one of the requirements from Harvard. I just want to see him before I get busy or maybe leave for school. I think that's a good idea, to meet him away from here. I'm tired of arguing with him. I think it is for the best that he does not see me. I'm not his favorite person at the moment. Now shush, let me fix you something to eat before you head out. She gave him a crooked smile and cleansed his wound before sterilizing it, and then started scrambling eggs for him. Prepared him a quick snack. She always made sure that her little man was always fed. To her, this was her only child after being officially told that she could not bear children by her doctor 3 years ago. Kelvin left the house on his bicycle. He chose his bicycle because he felt like walking would waste his time. He really did not like leaving the house or leaving his aunt by herself. She was now his only parent and his only world. So he cycled faster and kept pacing until he could see Connell's Pizza Hut, and then slowly let his pedal slow down as the slope started doing the job for him. It seemed as if he was early, as there was no sight of Raphael around. Oh no, he's late again. Kelvin kicked the ground in anger. Hey, what's up, man? Why are you so stressed out? A cake. You bought me a cake. Just a cake. It's not just any cake, Kelvin. It's your favorite carrot cake. Now come on. Let's put it in your bicycle so that you can head back before it gets dark. We don't want to worry your lorry out. He bugged him whilst helping him out with his bike. Soon as Raphael rose, he saw men moving towards him, started to panic, turned around to Kelvin. Well, what do we have here? Oh, precious Raphael has money to buy his little Winnie brother a cake but still owes us. Men and his crew circled Raphael and pinned him to Kelvin's bicycle. Wait, man, I can explain. Well, unlucky for you, there will be no more explanations allowed anymore. We gave you 3 full months, and now you are going to come here and act innocent? When you took the drugs, you were not as innocent as you are. But because I was kind, I gave you a chance, Raphael. A chance. But what did you do, huh? You blew it out. Now I'm going to blow your brains out. Man reached out to his pocket, lifted his gun, and shot Raphael on the leg, and then shot him on the stomach. Moved slowly to him, held him by his shirt, and whispered, "One last chance, Raphael. That is if you even make it through this one. I guess your little man here can play good Samaritan." They took off on their old Ford Mustang, left Raphael on the hands of Kelvin. "Help! Somebody help! I need help!" Kelvin asked for help. He kept on shouting for help, whilst he pressed his hands hard on Raphael's stomach. "Somebody called an ambulance." Apparently someone had heard the gunshots and called for police officers. As Kelvin was demanding for help, sirens approached him. They took Raphael to the nearest hospital. Raphael had to sleep over, and Kelvin was not allowed to stay over because the matter was still critical. The police dropped him at his aunt's. "Don't worry, Kelvin. Raphael will be fine." "How do you know that, aunt?" "Huh? How do you know that?" He stormed to his room, cried himself to sleep. When he woke up the next day, which was on Thursday, he got the news that his brother had survived the injuries and he was now stable. He spent the day with him, talking to his near-to-dead body lying there in what seemed like to be a coma. He read him books which their mother used to read to them when they were still young. "How I wish that things were still the same," he cried whilst holding his brother's hand. "Perhaps you would have accompanied me even tomorrow for the medical checkup before I finalize my papers for Harvard." He gave a painful chuckle. He slept next to him until the nurses woke him up and told him that visiting hours were over. The following day, Kelvin woke up very early. He was supposed to take his medical checkup. He rushed to Connell's clinic and started his medical checkup. One of the things which he had to check, which was a requirement, was his HIV status. Kelvin was confident that he would pass his medical checkup, as he has never been involved in any intercourse or has been admitted for any sickness. He was told that after his checkups, he needed to wait for the results as they were released the same day. Kelvin was called into the doctor's office and handed his results. What shocked Kelvin and made him nervous was that he had been given a free counseling session to attend if he felt like doing so. It bothered Kelvin since he didn't know why he would suddenly need counseling, and so he stripped his envelope open and checked his medical results, only to find out that he was HIV positive. How did he contact HIV? He did not know. He was so crushed. He went home, scanned his document, and sent his medical result to Harvard University. prayed for a miracle to happen. He knew that he no longer had chances to get enrolled, but he had hoped that not giving up was going to help him. "Calvin, you have a mail from Harvard." Lori handed him the envelope after 5 days of misery, still trying to find out how he might have possibly contacted HIV. "Dear Calvin, we are sorry, but the Office of Admissions has decided to withdraw your admission. This is because of you not meeting the expected health of all students who attend Harvard. We just want you to know that this is not because we are against people who are HIV positive as you are, but the health of our other students lie on our hands. This is not the end of the road. Good luck with your future admissions into other universities. We believe you are capable enough to be enrolled elsewhere. Regards, Office of Admissions, Harvard University." So this is where my story ends. What had happened was that Calvin had tried to help his brother the day he was shot with his bare hands after he had just cut his thumb trying to help cook a celebration meal for his admission to the university of his dreams. This is something that happens a lot to applicants. It might not be specifically Harvard University. It might not be Harvard University at all. But sometimes some university out there will restrict applicants because they are HIV positive without listening to their story of how they contacted it. Calvin will now face his family's fate of not going to university for saving his brother's life. May this story encourage whoever listens and help people who face such challenges as Calvin does, so that they achieve their goals and make people like Auntie Lori proud. Thank you once again for passing by my YouTube channel. Have a great day.